Hadoken!
Get ready for March foil madness when you order from CoolStuffInc.com. During the month of March, each Magic the Gathering order will receive a free foil, with some lucky customers receiving a foil rare or one of these special promos. Get your orders in now at CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
All right, what is up, my friends? Welcome to the Monday video here on CoolStuffInc.com. I got a spicy one for you, all right? We are casting fireballs, and they are going to be large. And this is kind of like the new hot engine in Standard. Aftermath Analyst, Nissa, Resurgent Animist, and the New Capenna Sack lands coming together to provide a pretty ridiculous amount of mana. So, of course, Analyst here, mills 3 cards. Spend 4 mana to cast Fund Reclamation. Sacrifice this, return all lands from your battlefield tapped. Cool. Nissa is a Lotus Cobra, so every landfall makes a mana, which is pretty cool as well. Obviously plays all the fetch lands, even the common ones from New Capenna. And when these are combined with all of these lands, we have Maestros Theater, Riveteers Overlook, all the lands just sack themselves, go get a basic, and gain 1 life. You get to do some pretty ridiculous things. Of course, you know, every turn, you go Courtyard turn 1, Hideout on turn 2, Overlook on turn 3, play an Analyst, mill over a land or 2, and turn 4, play it and crack it. You get like 4 or 5 lands back immediately, which is insane. And in this exchange equation, each land coming back makes a mana or 2, which is insane also, and now you're doing some crazy things. So when you got all this mana, what are you going to do? You're going to fire it up, all right? Worldsoul's Rage is sort of a fun enabler, but also payoff. This is a fireball for red-green X, but it also puts X land cards from your hand or graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So on turn 4, say they have a Deep Cavern Bat in play. We can just tap 4 mana, Worldsoul's Rage, deal 2 damage to their bat, and return 2 lands. If it's 4 mana for an explosive vegetation that also kills the creature, and this card is also the card that will win the game with later as well. We have a bajillion lands in play, boom, point at their face, fireball for 20, right? So to make sure we can do that, we have Virtue of Strength, not just a commander card. With the Adventurer is 1 green regrowth, which is awesome to get back Nissa or Analyst or a land. And then with 7 mana in play, it's a super Heartbeat of Spring, make huge fireballs. Galvanic Iteration can also copy your fireballs as well, which is pretty cool. To stay alive, we have Ill-Timed Explosion, which is a pretty cool sweeper, but also draws cards when you don't need to do sweeping stuff. And Archaeologist will block as well, and find your stuff and fill your graveyard. And then we got Memory Deluge here is the other big piece of the puzzle. Against slower decks, you just get to make a bunch of mana, draw a bunch of cards, dump it in the graveyard, flashing it back is super easy. This deck is really good at making a ton of mana, as you'll see in the games, and doing some pretty ridiculous things as early as turn 4. Sideboard doesn't get used too much, but there are some good bullets in here. You know, Barrages, End the Festivities for those fast decks, a couple Hermits against the counterspell decks, Abrade to kill cards like Unlicensed Hearse, and so on and so forth. And that's really it. It's a pretty crazy powerful combo deck. No, I don't know if the best engine for Shigeki, for Analyst plus Nissa has been found yet. There was a really cool Sultai version that won the GP at SCG at MagicCon Chicago. But this is a really powerful engine that needs to be explored more for sure. So let's get right at the games. First, we work from our sponsor, CoolStuffInc.com.
Command Fest Dallas is coming April 19th to the 21st. So saddle up and get ready to hit the trail for a weekend full of Magic the Gathering. Get your tickets now.
On the play, hand is, it's good. We can keep this. We'd like to have an untapped land if possible, but you know, it's cool. All right, Forest, Mountain, Shigeki. We're on the play, so being a turn behind isn't that bad. Shipwreck Marsh. All right, if they're the Demir deck, it can be tough. They have fast clock and counter spells, but we'll try and make it work. Do our thing, you know? Get a mountain, so you go. Kind of wanted to just draw a land naturally here. That'd be pretty sweet. Oh, they're just like an Esper deck? Sure. I mean, like, if they have cut down, I'm pretty sad here. I'm not going to lie. We also just really need to draw land. Our deck's like over half lands, so here's an island. Please don't cut down my Shigeki. I'm begging you. Dang. All right. 3 lands in the bin. Esper Control, Esper Raffine. Oh, they drew it too. That's gross. I drew a land at least. That's good. So, let's go Nissa. See if it resolves or not. Alright. Like Esper Control, maybe? Gotta get second blue here, I think. Draw Deluge. Our best draws, possibly. They have to counter, like... Oh, they... I guess they're just Esper mid-range, sure. Alright, draw land here, please. Any untap land. Not quite. Okay. That can get a land for us, which is a little awkward, but... We could also just World Souls for 2. Just, like, double ramp. That's probably best, honestly. Let's play World Souls for 2, get back 2 lands, set up for next turn. Sure, that's fine. Let's get back 2 lands. We want red and green lands. Gain some life, do the thing. Get that mana advantage going. Make those mana leaks look bad. I mean, if they're Esper mid-range, I don't have that many counterspells, too. This card's super slow against us, and I have a Wrath in my hand, too, so... Here comes Raffine, a Naked Raffine. We draw another non-land. We have the Virtue, though. The problem is if they have another mana leak here, it's pretty bad for us, but... Just gonna go for it, I think. Here's Nissa. That resolved really fast. This plays around No More Lies. It does not play around our removal spell. Might have been wrong to do it this way, actually, but... let's get a Courtyard. Not resolved? Wow, okay. Alright, oh, we're just doing it. We're just going all the way here. Sick. Alright, so... Island. Or, I mean, make a blue. Get a forest. Make a blue, whatever. I should have made a green, actually. That was dumb. Alright, sure. Play this thing. Mill over Analyst in 2 lands. That kind of sucks. This card's, like, pretty bad. Like, just, like, misses a lot. Might be important against, like, the beatdown decks, but... Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 lands in our graveyard. Analyst ready to rock and roll. We're all queued up on everything else, too. And they didn't have any interaction that turn, so I think we're in pretty good shape here. Here comes our Fiend by our Lonesome. Connive. Discarding a cut down? Sure. 25 life here. I'm feeling pretty good. Not gonna lie. So token, sure. Draw Explosion. Yeah, pretty easy Analyst. Just do our thing here. We're gonna Analyst, bring a bunch of lands back. Probably cast Virtue. Just like the worlds are always Druid present. Can't Tidebinder me. Feeling pretty good about life. So now I have 2 Echoing Deeps coming back. I need to choose what to copy. I have 4 sack lands. I currently have 3, 4, 5. I have 7 lands I can fetch. So let's copy a Courtyard and copy a Hideout. So green, red. Get back Nissa, blue, green, red, blue, green. Get the lands. And an island. Make it green. Get a mountain, make a red. I have a Deluge here too. I think the game's just over at this point, honestly. Make a blue. Can I Worldsoul them? Blue. Islands. Red. Islands. Okay. So, I've got 13 mana. 13, 7, and 7. It's like I can Virtue and then cast I actually cast Deluge first. I guess cast Deluge. No, it's Virtue first. So you can tap the forest for green. Cast Virtue. Cast Deluge. 2 mana left. Find an Analyst and a Worldsoul's Rage, so that will do it. And they're just super dead next turn. It's like not even close. So, play an Analyst. Say go. We should have double Fireball next turn, and like obviously every land taps for 3. So we have 14. I don't know, like 45 mana or something like that. Attack for a bunch. They get a good shot in here, but like I just don't think it matters really. Worldsoul's Rage will few the next Worldsoul's Rage, also with all our Nissa triggers too. So they are drawing a lot of cards, so they are going to be able to get in and do a lot of stuff as far as like looking for answers, but I don't think it matters here. Discard Wedding Announcement, 2 lands, Wandering Emperor, sure. Line of the blocks. Okay. So just a 26. NBD. Wedding, draw a card. We draw a land first to start. That's pretty cool. We are out of... we have 1 mountain left. It's our only basic left, but obviously returning land still makes much mana with Nissa, which is cool. Just start here. Add a red. Get the mountain. Trigger Nissa. So with 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lands in our graveyard, this is mana positive to sack the Analyst here, so let's do that. The game might be over. Go overthrow the Nissa. Alright, that's annoying, obviously, but whatever. Fine, you got me. So we get to... we're going to copy a land that actually stays in play. So we're going to copy a Marsh, I guess, and a Sanctum. So no Nissa mana, but whatever. I just have infinite mana for fireballs and stuff, so... decline. I just cast Explosion, too, honestly. I feel like feeling frisky. So, Game Much of Life. Just gonna fireball them around a Mana League, I think. Instead of doing it next turn, maybe. Alright, so it's QQ. We've got 15, 30, we have 40 mana. So, just fireball for 20. Hadoken. Probably should have Nissa first, I guess, in theory, but... yeah, that's what I thought. And that was a really good showing of what the deck is capable of doing. There you go. So, we're going to bring in our barrages and shave down on a Galvanic, a Virtue, and maybe an Archaeologist. Need to be aware of Graveyard Hate, but like just hard casting Virtue is totally fine too. Turn the Earth, Light Up a Night. Yeah, it's all fine. I'm pretty happy with this. We'll see how they board, obviously, but I think for now this is a pretty good start. Lithomantic Barrage, playing some defense. Alright, so hand is pretty bad. We're going to mulligan this. We're a lands deck, but we still need to do things. You know, we don't need to just play a bunch of lands every turn, so we're going to mulligan this hand. Alright, so this is certainly better. We're going to keep this and dump a iteration. This hand's not great, but, you know, have a little faith in our deck here. And just get a Farce. When it comes down to it, I wonder if Aftermath Analyst will be regarded as the best card in the set, because it really is just kind of busto. Here's a bat, but the bat has to take the rage, or I just kill it. I guess if they have Fiend, it's pretty bad. The Fiend would keep it ahead of the rage too. If they have Fiend, if they have the bat and Fiend draw in the play, and we mulligan, like, you know, this happens. But they take the Nissa. Okay, so we're gonna just hide out for an island. All right. I mean, if they have Fiend here and their Fiend can keep the bat out of Worldsoul range, that would suck. But, you know, what are you going to do? We have barrages and stuff too, so. Not sure about this Echoing Deeps card. It's like kind of cool to have like a split card. It's like a land that comes out untapped or a stack land, but it's kind of awkward, and like, I want to play as many basics as possible so you can keep comboing as the game goes on. There are versions of this deck that play a bunch of cards, they play like 68 cards or whatever to play more basics. But like, that's obviously a problem, so you draw your analysts less, but... Alright, no Rafine's awesome. We draw Ill-Timed Explosion. We're just going to cast the Rage for 1 here, because they just have to counter it. So, I guess by doing this, though, then I can't cast Deluge next turn. This comes down to, like, do they have the 2-1 or not? That the flash creature. So if they can't play a threat this turn, we're like stoked. They can also Tidebinder a land, too. I gotta be aware of that. Sure, we'll just do this. Cast Rage for 1. They counter, it's whatever, it's fine. They're gonna flank her, sure. So this is one of the hate cards, obviously. Exiles a graveyard, which is fine. Still kill the bat, still get Nissa back. I put a card in my hand, too, it's kind of cool. So I'll put in the Brokers Hideout for an island. That's kind of sick. Kill the bat, get back Nissa. Give me an island, please. We got flanked. I guess that was like kind of face up. I probably should have thought about that before I played the turn, but it's fine. And we get to go Nissa land. Draw Analyst too. It's only 3 mana though. This might be an end step Deluge actually. Like they could have an Emperor here. They could have a few things, I suppose. But if I cast the Nissa, I'm not really using it super well this turn. Tidebinder land is pretty funny. Yeah, I play Nissa, I play the Deeps. I can play an Analyst, but like that's not really good to just run the Analyst out there, I don't think. I have a Wrath in my hand anyway, I'm just gonna play this. They have a Tidebinder, go nuts, whatever. Alright, they don't. So I get a Forest. So we'll just say go. You know, and this also plays our removal too. If their hands go for the throat or whatever, we can just hold our Nissa for a better spot. Awesome. So the goal here was that like they didn't have anything profitable to do. So like as long as if we just do nothing, then they can't advance their board or interact, which is great. So them channeling Takenuma is awesome for us. They get a bat back here, which is fine because we have Explosion anyway. So they bat, we'll stay illusion response. And then if they have no more lies here, it's just still not even that bad for us, I don't think. So let's Deluge. We get another Explosion. Yeah, let's Explosion fetch land. Cool. So now they can bat us. They can't stop our explosions. And I'm feeling pretty good here. Two lands in the bin. They take my Nissa. Probably a smart choice. So now, do they have a counterspell? They must, right? Try and counter my explosion. Okay. So we play Nissa. They have to counter it, which is like fine, I think, because we just want to cast Explosion and resolve Explosion too. Sure, here's Nissa. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. No more lies. This resolves. All right, never mind. Play this thing and name Red. They have a Doomblade. Nope. Just letting it all happen. Okay. Let's get a mountain. Let's make another red. I'm just going to cast Ill-Timed Explosion. Get another Analyst too. Sick. Cast the Explosion. You want to counter this? No. Are they going to counter anything? Let's discard Analyst. Just kill their two things. And we'll discard, I want to kill my Nissa, so I'll discard a land, I guess. Which kind of sucks, but whatever. I could discard both Analysts, I guess. But then we're Nissa flooded really bad. It's kind of funny. Yeah, sure. Kill those. Maybe. Alright, so they cycle a land. Awesome. And once again, they must deal with Nissa. Analyst is looming. I have more Nissas if they have that. If I draw a land, I have Deluge, so we're kind of just doing great here. Draw an Echoing Deeps. Drums in the deep. Alright, so don't want to get my Analyst kit by Urtai or Tidebinder. I'm just gonna attack. If they have a Wandering Emperor, awesome, I just resolve Analyst. they don't, I might just play a land and say go and Flashback Deluge on their turn. Like, I just don't... I'm not cracking Analyst into open mana like this, and I just don't have anything else to do. That's fine. Sure, so let's copy a sack land. Get a Forest, I guess. Oh, I'm dying to, like, do it now. Right, that's fine, I guess. I kind of screwed up. I probably should have just played it and not copied anything, so I can Deluge on their turn. Now I'm kind of, like, walking into a counterspell or whatever. It is what it is, whatever. Resolved. So, how about a Worldsoul's Rage, and then another land? Sure. Alright, you're up, friend. Like, 19 life, 7 cards in hand, 7 lands in play, feeling pretty good about life. Even if they were like to flank me next time on my graveyard now, like, whatever. You know, like, here's a bat, sure. I think taking Barrage could have been a thing, but I wanted the land too, though, so. Goodbye, Worldsoul's Rage. Can always just Explosion again and kill the bat if we have to. There's also just not doing anything, which is great for us. So it would cost 12 mana to Analyst sack if they have a way to stop it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 mana. Make green. Make it green. Just play Analyst. Yeah, just play out 2 Analysts. And just set up just next turn, just set it up like I can do 2 at once. Hit a Deluge, sweet. This time I don't want to get Wandering Embers. Where should I say go? If I tap out, I just do this thing like Guess Deluge now too. This likes gas. So now they have a flanker. I can't target cards in graveyards. I never do that though. That's fun. Okay. So we're just gonna untap. I'm sorry, they get it for 1. Never mind. Take 1. Okay, untap. And we're just gonna do the thing, right? Play a land. Make a green. I'm going to attempt to Aftermath Analyst. And if they exile my graveyard or stifle it, we each have another one. So. And if it resolves, great. Sick. That was pretty awesome. All right, on the play. Theater, Archaeologist, Rage, Galvanic. It's okay. Not a great hand, but fine. We can keep this. We have a green, so. We got our green. We got our Archaeologist in the dark here. Know what our opponent's playing, but get the ball rolling. Get some Landos in. Got a few, I'm shrinking. A few of these sack lands for our Worldsoul's Rage. Super good, too. Turn 1, Undercity Sewers. Keep the card on top. Sure. Turn Archaeologist, mill 3. Non-creature, non-land to hand. If I hit 1, we hit land, Shigeki land. So unfortunately, I get a 1/4. This card's like kind of medium. Obviously, milling lands is great for us, but you know, not the best of all time. Dark Slick Shores, Collector's Vault. Ooh. All right, so we're both lost in the sauce here. This is like a it's some sort of like crimey Reanimator deck, I believe. All right, let's get a mountain, and unfortunately, our hand isn't really doing anything. We've drawn a lot of lands. I mean, we whiffed on our freaking Spellfinder too. So, just gonna attack for 1 and say go if they let me. Yeah, Doomwake's been playing this Invasion of Tolvada deck. It's like a Reanimator deck with the Vault in it. We draw another land. I mean, this is ridiculous. Our hand's actually heinous, but... Alright, attack for 1. Drawing all lands, no good. They might have Atraxa next turn, too. We can cast World Souls for 2, just to ramp 2 lands, but, like, I just don't think that's worth it with nothing else in our hands, so... Alright, let's play the land, and, second Mountain is, like, fine with the copy thing, so just say go. Pretty unhappy here. They're going to vault, so they get to loot, and then make a treasure. Discard Atraxa. Yeah, I mean, that's really bad. They have turn 4 Atraxa against our all-land hand. No, they don't. Cool. That was a great draw. Memory Deluge. You know, our opponent might be scared of counterspells here, so our deck looks kind of weird, and, like, I don't know what's going on. So, like, maybe they're holding back, not wanting to go all in, and then Deluge is the perfect card to punish that, so... Vault again. This card is cool. 2 mana to play, 2 mana to activate, loot, treasure. Starting Path of Peril, sure. Tainted Indulgence, draw 2, discard a card. Okay. What kind of graveyard hate do we have? I don't really have any graveyard hate. Interesting. Discarding Go for the Throat, sure. Alright. No Atraxa, please. Alright, sick. One more turn of Respite. Here's Deluge. Feels great. Gonna Vault in response. Discarding Breach the Multiverse. It's a big one. And they're gonna reenact the crime on the Multiverse. Uh-oh. Alright, so the Multiverse has been breached. Each player mills 10. They can get my Nissa and their Atraxa. I mean, we're probably in trouble here. Cruelty, Path of Peril. Alright, they're a crime deck. They're not a invasion deck. They're just like criming. Sure. So they get another crime, a Marsh, a Cruelty, a Path of Peril. I had an Analyst and a Nissa, which is pretty good. But I don't know if it's good enough, honestly. I can go Nissa, Lance, not enough. They obviously have everything they could ever want here. Just full 7 cards in hand. They have this Cruelty of Gix too, which is pretty annoying. Sure, they have kill spells too. Obviously, activating an Analyst will give us 100,000 lands, which is great. But, like, I don't know if I'll have enough. Like, they may have a counterspell. I don't know. I mean, like, we can just fireball them out and kill them next turn, honestly. Obviously, we'll like to get the Nissa in play first and get my landfall triggers, but I don't have enough mana to do that. So, I'm just going to go land Analyst. I might even just main phase it in case they have a Tidebinder. They could have a counterspell here, too, with 2 mana up, but they're going to mill. Alright, and then, like, they could have Tidebinder. I might just want to do this right now. Yeah, I'm going to do it right now. Alright, so crack the Analyst. Freaking love this card. And, Echoing Depths has to copy a land. I'm going to copy one of the... Copy a land that's not a sack land, because I don't have enough basics in my deck. I copy the Surveil land. That's not a basic, though. Just copy a Forest. So copy Forest. All sack lands go off. And it's very, very powerful here. Obviously, like, we didn't draw super well in the early game, but... I get an island. I've already seen most of our lands, too. So we won't get all of the mana for here, but... A forest. Get a forest. And get a mountain. That's all of our basics. Nabbies are just cracking for whatever, which is fine. So I get that. And I get that. And, like, they get to maybe Cruelty me. It just comes down to, like, how much interaction they have. Because obviously if we each go Worldsoul copy it, we just probably win. But if they have counterspells or whatever, their hand should be basically perfect after looting for a bunch of turns and casting Atraxa. So we're probably just dead here, but let's see what happens. We've got 22 cards in our deck. We've got 3 Virtues left, which is a pretty big deal. 2 Nissas also. Okay, card's pretty good. Play this card in my Crime deck and my 10 New Brews. I guess, like, they're not... They're going to multiverse again. I mean, if they just multiverse and deck me, that also works too, but... Alright, we got 12 cards left. My Shigeki and Jace. Yeah, we're dead. Alright. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, pretty awful draw for us. And not great, not necessarily a great draw for them, but, like, our draw was really, really bad. So, we're going to bring in a couple Hermits. We don't really have any graveyard hate, which is kind of annoying. We have his Tales of the whatever to turn the earth. These explosions are not very good against them. And don't know what kind of graveyard hate they're going to have. I guess the explosions are just pretty bad, right? It's almost never going to need to cast this card ever. Yeah. Alright, let's try this. See how it goes. Alright, so game 2 of the play. Hand is definitely better. We're going to keep this. Echoing Depths card is really weird. Just like extra copies of these. It can also be an untapped land. Alright, so... Green me. Analyst on 2. Adore this card. Cool. Mill over 1 land and also an iteration. They have the Vault again, but I have a Nissa this time. They can obviously kill the Nissa, but I think it's just fine to play it, so. Rock the Nissa. Attack for 1. We've got only 2 lands in the bin, so our Analyst isn't quite there yet, but we can just Worldsoul for 2 also. They're going to give us the mana. Nice. Alright, so... Pretty sure we just Worldsouls them. Play Depths. Copy the Courtyard. Nissa trigger. Lotus Cobra. Making a red. They want a Vault. We'll get another Mountain. Make a blue to show off. We get another Nissa off our draw. X is 3. Just Fireball you. Ramp for 3. They're going to Vault in response. They're just going to come down to like how many counterspells they have, I think. This card, Unraveler. So 1, 2, 3. Very weird interaction here. The Depths can choose a land that's coming in with it as the thing to copy. Because it's like in both places at the same time, which is very weird, obviously. But let's choose this thing. We get some mana we can't really use. So we're mana short of activating Analyst, which would be really cool. But blue, red. Actually, I'm sorry, we can use it. I'm lying. I'm making shit up. Crack this thing. Get a Forest. Unfortunately, we only have the same thing. We can't get islands here, which sucks a little bit. But make a red. Getting to see the deck doing its thing here for sure, which is awesome. Get a Forest. Add a green. So now if I crack this, I only get 2 lands back, actually. And they might just return Unraveler and just, like, deck me again next turn, but I can't do anything about it, so... I should attack first. That's dumb. Alright, so let's just do this. Even 2 lands is still worth it, I think. Get back these 2 lands. Oh, I misclicked. Ah, crap. I hit the wrong button. Sure. Actually, we're fine. Never mind. Alright, so make a mana. Make a mana. This turn 4, by the way, in case you were wondering. So make some mana. Not casting Nissa. Just gonna say go to combat, attack. Next turn we have 9, 10, 11 mana, which can do 8, Fireball for 5 and copy it. It's not good enough, but we'll see what happens. They're going to vault. A little out of action here, honestly. Also, like, the fact that both of our only sack land was a courtyard. Like, hey, I couldn't get blue kind of stinks. It sucks because there's no teamer sack land, but let's go to vault. Okay. So, I think they pretty clearly have a counterspell here, but it's fine. Let's play a land. Make a blue. Cast Archaeologist. We hit our turn the earth. Don't want to put this card in my hand. I guess. This shuffles things back in, obviously, which is like kind of better in the graveyard almost, but sure, it's fine. Put this here. Just like attack for 3 and say go. I mean, fireballing them. They obviously have interaction up. They keep like, you know, saying go and passing and stuff. So like, if I try and Worldsoul's Rage, I might kind of just lose it. I can just chill. I might just cast Turn the Earth and shuffle some big cards back in. I'll just say go. They're a 10 and we're attacking too. If they tap out for attacks or whatever, we just get to hopefully kill them. So this card's here so we don't deck. So as we saw in that first game, they jaced us. If you have one of these in your deck, you can just like mill over your entire deck, flash it back, shuffle back 3 cards, kind of doomsday yourself, which is pretty cool. They're going to do nothing, sure. Actually, it's also a graveyard hate card, too. I can shuffle their Unraveler back, which is kind of cool. I just hold this, actually. What am I doing? Please hold this card in my hand. So, untap. Draw a Hideout. And we're just going to fireball them. I'm going to attack first. We're going to try and copy fireball. Yeah, so this is going to hit. Play the Hideout. Make mana. Get an island. Make a blue. They could have 2 counterspells here, but whatever. You know, like... make another blue. Draw an Analyst, which is awesome. I could just go for the Analyst. Now I have enough sack lands that I can make much mana too. With 4 sack lands in the graveyard, each one makes 2 mana with Nissa. So it's actually mana positive to Analyst and then crack it. Sure, I'm in. Could hit more lands too, also. No Tidebinder, please. We get a Deluge, it's cool. Alright, just activate this. Oh, I did it again. God damn it. I keep thinking I'm choosing the cards for this, but I copied it. It doesn't actually matter. It's fine. But blue. Red. Blue. Red. We're actually out of mountains and forests, but I can get islands with all these brokers things. So the courtyard should have been... I screwed up. That was this depth should have came in as a different land. But whatever, it's fine. It's like hard to play, by the way, in case you're wondering. Let's add a red. Get an island. Let's add a green. And let's get an island. 1 island left, right? Yep. And let's add a green. Let's cast Galvanic Iteration, copy our next spell. And then we'll cast Fireball. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is actually perfect. We cast Fireball for 7 with 1 green up. So we still have our turn to Earth to defend against their stuff. So they need 2 counter spells here. They're going to indulge the response, sure. I think we're good here, folks. They're vaulting. What the hell's in their hand? Like, sick. Cool game. I mean, obviously our opponent didn't really interact much. But, like, they're a weird combo deck, too, I guess. So, whatever. We'll take it. We don't want Abrade, right? Abrade kills their vaults. But, like, I don't think we really care about that. We can just kind of, like, play our game. It's been an explosion, maybe. It's been an explosion. Bring in, like, an Abrade or 2. Kind of Virtue. It's kind of hard to cast this thing. Sure, let's do this. All right, game 3. This hand's fine. Verk is really cool because you just like get a land back, which is totally fine. We get a green. So let's get a forest. Let's get back Nissa or the 1/3 too, which is kind of nice. So we'll see how they play out their first few turns. See if they vault again on turn 2. Maybe not. We draw Shigeki. The card's cool too, actually. I don't mind casting Shigeki here. The card's great. I love this card. It's in a deck is like a way to kind of rebuy stuff late in the game if you run out of things to do, but like just activating it's great too. So they discard a land with Indulgence, good for us, not a boom boom. Reef and just say go. Let's get a live. The Modern Age. Draw a card so they can crime next turn with the Modern Age. That sucks. Not much you can do about it, unfortunately, but it just kind of is what it is. Alright, let's just... So in theory, they can discard a card, discard a multiverse to the Modern Age and crime it next turn. You can't do anything about it. You know, like, what am I going to do? Probably just play Nissa and just, like, hope we can go off next turn. It's probably our best bet, honestly. Alright, whatever. Nissa attack for 1. Cool card. Vector Glider, making waves and staying constructed. Discard a Vault? Oh, yeah. Kill Nissa, sure. That's insane for us. All right, they didn't have the nuts, and now we're alive and ready to rock and roll. We can virtue back we're fortunate we're short on green now, but we can virtue back the Nissa and get that ball rolling. Yeah, definitely a lot on green, unfortunately, but we can use a courtyard here, get a green. All right, let's just start by Shigeki. You can see what happens. See what we hit. Shigekiing for a. I guess one of these, get an island. Alright, so put this in play. That's a blue. And then we're going to Echoing Depths on the Forest Searcher. Okay. Get a forest. Next turn we can regrow Nissa, play Nissa, fetch land. Opponents, that was their big turn, because now their looting effect is gone, except for their vault. So, like, I think we're going to have a little bit of a reprieve here. We're also light on cards, too, so here's a loot. Discarding Island, also good for us. We draw another Nissa, cool. Well, now we just draw Nissa, we can just play it, right? Just do it that way. They might kill it, but whatever. Here's Nissa. Here's a land. Are you going to kill Nissa in response? If so, sure. Goodbye. Let's add a green. Fetch up an island. And we're going to rebuy Nissa. And play Shigeki. Just keep on keeping on. Well, I'll draw a land next turn. So we can go Nissa, Rage, kill this, get much triggers. We got 5 lands in the bin right now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, it's crime time. I saw an Atraxa in there. I think we're probably might be dead now. Unfortunately, this deck's part of this deck's combo is to mill you, which is really good, obviously, to deck us. So, I mean, they hit a bunch of Conspiracy Unravelers, but take my Hermit and their Unraveler. I actually can use my Hermit, too. That's gross. Alright. Might be dead here. They can put a spell in their hand for free. It's another crime, yeah. Alright. Their combo seems to line up well against ours, unfortunately. We got 20 cards left. This time they can Atraxa, Nissa. They find Jace, play Jace for free, mill 15. I think we're just dead, yeah. Also, with all the lands milled out of our deck, now our combo doesn't even work anymore because we don't have any lands to fetch. So, I think they got us. Pretty crazy deck. They can cast Jace for free, and then reenact it back, cast it again. Yeah, we're dead. All right, so they just cast Jace for free, mill 15, and then cast Crime for free, get back Jace, mill 15 again. So, GG's. Definitely, seems like the deck lines up well against ours, but is what it is. On the play, no green. We do have turn 4 Explosion if we want it. I'm going to keep this. It's not great, but we'll find a green. Alright, give me Mountain. Let's see what they're playing here. What do you got, friend? Deserted Beach, go. Okay. Fire Archaeologist, milling over. Deluge Iteration. Take the Deluge. So, hand's obviously slow. We're kind of hoping they're a slower deck, honestly. Blue-white. Echoing Depths. That copies Courtyard. We're good to go. That's our green source, so... Give me a Courtyard, please. And just gonna say go. It's like blue-white control. Is this like a... If I just say go, it's probably control. Alright, cool. Alright. Play a land, get ready to Deluge. Running the gamut here. So, I've written an article on CoolStuffInc.com about how to play against control decks, but goal is to cast stuff when they don't want you to cast stuff and vice versa. So, here's our Deluge. They have no more lies here, it's fine. Sure. Exiles it, no problem. Now we can probably fire up a Nissa. They have another normal lies. So that's kind of annoying too, but we play Nissa. We'll have only 3 mana left over. It might just be another Deluge, honestly. Just go get a... I guess an island. Maybe a mountain. Should get a mountain, just say go. If I play Nissa and Animist, I get Wrath. I don't want to do that, so just play... I can also just draw 2, I guess. Just like draw 2, guaranteed. And Deluge at a better time. Plays better against no more lives. So let's just do this, sure. Draw 2. Divination, cool. Discard none. Play a land. I guess mountain. Just say go. Alright, we draw another Deluge. Cool. Now I can Nissa into Deluge. I've drawn all 4 Deluges here, so like this is a little excessive, but... Yeah, I want to make them act. So here's Nissa. Blue-white Gandalfs. Alright, here's Nissa. Play a land. I haven't found a green sack land, unfortunately, yet, but... Alright, let's make a green and see if the sack resolves. It does. And let's get an island. Make a blue and cast our Deluge. They counter it, great. Don't want them casting their own Deluge, is kind of the idea. So go ahead, counter it, see if I care. The goal against a control deck is to play spells the turns they want to play their own spells. So on turn 2, they have no proactive plays. They want to cast a counter spell. On turn 4, when they want to cast their Deluge, they don't have plays. So we're just take land to land here, I think. Already 2 analysts, so let's take land. Works for me. And just happy to rock and roll. Dubs Deluges, but these control decks don't have that many hard counters. We have Galvanics and stuff too. Sunfall, great. So now I just get to get back 10 lands into play or whatever, but I can resolve Analyst, awesome. Hideout for Forest. And oh, I only have one green. I screwed up. Uh-oh. I'm dumb. That's fine. It's actually, like, okay. It's not the end of the world, but we'll just deluge it on their turn. If I kill it, whatever. But yeah, I screwed up. It's okay. So go. Analyst must be dealt with. End step deluge. They have a Mirix. They're playing main deck Tidebinder. That would be a little weird. Definitely a card to watch out for when you're playing this card, though, obviously. Gandalf in the tank here. Like, comment, subscribe. Do usual stuff, obviously. This will be an article on CoolStuffInc.com all about this deck to go along with the video. Check out CoolStuffInc.com. Promo code Jim5. 5% off your order. CoolStuffInc.com. 6 cards in hand. Deluge in the bin. 2/2 hanging out. They got an Anchorage and a Mirix. They must answer as Analyst. If I get to untap and activate it, the mana advantage is just far too much. So I might be seeing it get lost here or something like that. They're going to march it. Sure. That's fine. So again, I screwed up, so I didn't realize I didn't have double green, but I think it's still fine. So end step deluge again. We have all the time in the world set up for like Galvanic, copy Fireball, so they can counter things. So we draw a Nissa, which is pretty great actually. And then another Analyst. Nissa just finds those. Also a Virtue. Take the Virtue. Alright, so we're going to go... Now you have more green for days. Let's play a Nissa. Put them in the squeeze immediately. Let's play a Hideout. Making a red. Okay. Let's get a Forest. Hideout making green. Play the Analyst we just drew. If they were to no more lies this, things get interesting. They're going to deduce in response, sure. Cool. And now we're just off to the races, folks. Bingo, bingo. Here is a Analyst. Get back a million lands. We're going to get back... Alright, so the Echoing Depths come back copying a land. I have too many sack lands here, so I have to copy a land that's not one of those lands. I can just copy nothing, right? It comes back as a colorless land, so it's just decline. So... I agree. So, if you give me all the time in the world, I'm just going to set up Galvanic plus a Fireball for a million, so... okay, so we're going to bring in a Hermit, a Turn to the Earth. Cut down his explosions. They still draw cards, which is fine. Depending on how much graveyard hate they have, it's going to be the issue. I'm going to cut all of these and bring in the Fireball. Pretty cool with this. Let's try this. Game 2. It's going to be how much graveyard hate they have, I think. We can keep this. And the Cabaretti Farst. Also depends on how many Tidebinders they have. Tidebinder's the real good one because they can counter all these big activations too. So wouldn't mind if we had like some sort of like good 2-mana threat. Like honestly, like the 2/3 Deep Root whatever guy, pretty good. Just turn 2 against his control decks. But all right, so I am not. So this is a turn where like we could cast Analyst, but they have no more lies up and no profitable plays. They could have it just used, I guess, but. Try to save these for later. Just gonna play a Theater and get a blue. Just say go. Do they have a deduce? Nope. Cool. That's why deduce is so good because it does give them a profitable thing to do. All right, so we're gonna untap and draw. We have Deluge coming, which is great. For 3 mana. Just gonna cast an Analyst. Sure, cast Analyst. I have a bunch of Deluges now too, so. Awesome. So eat a No More Lies. Play a Courtyard. Get a Mountain. Have Deluge for next turn. So there you go. so Ion go. This is their deluge turn. It's also my deluge turn. If they deluge, I'll probably just deluge in response. Sure. So I'll put a stop here. Let theirs resolve first, just so they have less information, which is important. Let's deluge ourselves. Guarantee it resolves. You have Galvanic and Archaeologist. Yeah, it's fine. Archaeologist is so mopey, but... Alright, let's ship these. Galvanic is quite good in these kind of matchups. Island. Okay. We can't beat this card. So now all of my sack lands don't do anything. Permanents entering the battlefield don't cause abilities of permanents your opponents control to trigger. So we need to find like, oh my god. Yeah, that's a really good one. That turns off like my entire deck. All of our kill spells are fireballs. I mean, if we can resolve a virtue, which is really, really hard to do. Oh boy. Okay. Let's just... I bored out of the explosions, so that doesn't work either. Probably shouldn't do that, I guess. Obviously did not see it was coming at all, so let's just deluge. And okay, I mean light up and I can kill it, so it can rage. Problem is we don't have lands, so none of my fetch lands work. So like I need to draw regular lands. Quite the posterior. Now obviously they just have if they counterspell, they can just counterspell the rage or whatever. That's not a land. Yeah, I think we're just stone dead here. I think we're going to game 3. Like, nothing our deck can do matters at all. This X plus 1. So I would need 2 more mana to light up the night. So I guess, like, hold on. So I guess with this thing, if I play... What happens? It just stays in play, right? That's so funny. So it just stays in play. It doesn't tap for mana. Okay. Can I iteration and copy Light Up at Night? That's a copy. It's a fireball for 1, 2, 3. It's only 6. That's so funny. Alright. Let's just say... I'll just play a blocker and say go, I guess. So we need to naturally draw some of our basics or deeps. This card is insane against us. Like, yeah. Okay. Sure. The deuce is really good. Okay. Alright. Let's just draw a land, please. Like a basic land. This card works. Shigeki. Say go. In. Yeah. We're pretty dead here. Resolve Elish Norn, untap, and have a counterspell to protect it is like probably just game. Man. Should be non-land permanents, right? Come on. It's really rude. Field of Ruin. Please Field of Ruin my Brokers Hideout. Neither you have a Maya. Alright. Yeah. let's just go to game 3, I guess. All right. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's Elesh Norn. Let's put these ill-time explosions back in. And just cut this light up a night. And I'm just gonna, the Archaeologist is terrible, so cut them. Like, this kills Elesh Norn in concert with this thing, so it's funny because Barrage, if we could like copy to Barrage, that would work too. Like, it's this kind of thing where like if it's open deckless and they have 1 Elesh Norn, this is fine. If I saw they had 3 Elesh Norn, I would board in the Barrages also, but Hermits. Screw this card. I'll bring the Light also. Let's try this. Play first. Oh my god. Alright, Mulligan and No-Lander. Sounds good. You can keep this. Keep this. Gonna stump a Rage, I think. So we have, get an island. Turn 2 Shigeki's pretty cool. Kind of 2 islands for Hermits, but... Alright, so here's the Plains. Here's Shigeki. Pretty happy to just activate Shigeki, honestly, so we'll just play a land and say go. No, only 1 sack land, too. It's kind of tough. But let's play a land, just say go. Bouncing is part of the cost. They can't, like, kill a response, so Use is fine. I guess they could have Tidebinder. I just do this, whatever. Top 4 cards. We see an Echoing Depths that can get us another blue, right? Yes, it can. Awesome. So copy this. Get another island, which is great for us with the Hermit. So next turn I have Shigeki, Hermit, and a counterspell up, which is awesome. Just gotta jam a Seed Shark. Wow. Alright. Unfortunately, we can't really punish them for that. We just got Hermit. Don't tap blue, you psycho. What are you doing? Have green, Shigeki. Hermit. Seed Shark is a clock and pretty good. We were 1 mana from being able to Analyst, which is huge. They play a Mirrex. No red. Maybe I do want Barrages, honestly. Barrage kills Shark, too. Time for 2. We draw the Theater, so that's pretty nice. You can get a red source here, obviously. Do I want to just jam Analyst? This is their Memory Deluge turn also. Okay, mill some more cards. They had a flanker here, pretty bad too, but no attacks, so go. I should attack for 2, actually, that's dumb. Could have Emperor too, I guess. Maybe no attacks is better. Alright, so they Deluge. I mean, this sucks, but do I want to counter this is the question. They have 5 cards in hand. Or do I want to save Hermit to defend my Analyst? Because they have Tidebinder and Seed Shark and Elesh Norn, right? Like, let me see what we hit off this first. Island. Okay. I think this is fine. Just a draw 2. We have a lot of mana, just defend with this thing. They go land Elishnorn here. I can kill it, which is great. Games are hard. Take two. Very interesting. So they do nothing. And they could have a flanker. Not really in a rush Papa's Analyst yet. I think we just cast Shigeki and say go. Leave up our Analyst activation and our Hermit activation. They do have a clock now, which is kind of a little bit concerning, but it isn't that fast, so. Yeah, just say go. They can't ever tap out, so. Got 1, 2, 3, 5, got 6 lands in the graveyard. They're gonna March of Otherworldly Light, pitching a card to hit my Hermit. So I'm gonna sack this just so I can like flash it back later. If they have a flanker in their hand, that we probably can't win. The shark giving them actual pressure is a real problem. Okay. Never mind. Just crack our Analyst. There's no 2-mana Stifle, right? Alright, sick. So I want the depths to copy. Right now I have 7 basics. We're getting 1, 2, 3 of them. Yeah, let's copy another land. So let's copy Hideout. Get a mountain. Why no blocked and sack? We're playing around Tasha's Tide, or whatever, Tasha's Tidebinder. The goal is to not get our ability countered. And the goal is to get a bunch of lands in play. And the flanker will also exile our graveyard. Both those cards cost 3. So, like, we're trying to make sure we can get the lands into play before that happens. So, Hideout gets... We have 1 forest, 1 island left. So our last sack land, right? So... Right. Okay. Going for the flipperonis here. Now we have Galvanic Fireball. So we need 2 counterspells. It's not lethal yet, though, I don't think. So... Hermit also makes our... Oh, my God. That'll do it. Yeah, that's the graveyard hit you're looking for. Okay. So now it's just like 6, 10. They have exactly 15 too. Oh, come on. All right. Yeah. That sucks. So yeah, I don't think you win. Yeah, the shark just got us. If we didn't have shark, if we had a way to kill the shark on turn 3, this game probably would have been fine for us, I think. And we could have worked our way around this probably, and a board and so on and so forth. So, but it's all good. That's the better. Yeah, I mean, we're just dead. Like, we have 4, 8. We have 10, 15 mana. We can fireball for 13. Yeah, we're dead on board. Gotta kill one thing. If we draw a Virtue, that might do it. Yeah, we'll just kill it. Just kill one thing and stay alive, and then just try and draw out, I guess. Yeah, let's just say go. Kind of a nasty match, honestly. Like, Elish Dorn and Farewell are both pretty nasty cards against us. Alright, so flip this. Attack for 13. Our only out is drawing Virtue and then having nothing. That is not a Virtue. Alright. Yeah, he got us. Alright, tough game. What are you gonna do? That's the Elish Dorn coming, that's for damn sure.